The kicker, Chris Boswell, has it ready to go, and we are underway from Pittsburgh. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, a former Blue Hen out of Delaware. It's Joe Flacco.
You want to talk about a driven player, partner. This guy is absolutely that person. He doesn't just have goals in this game. He wants to be remembered among the best to play the position, and he treats every game as an audition for that. It's a lofty goal to set for yourself, but we've seen his drive lead to some impressive games from him. Perhaps another one is in store today. And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Flacco. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
They're such a talented team at defending the perimeter and taking away throws to the outside. Great confidence, great skill.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. This is brought in at the 21. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by their highly decorated quarterback, Aaron Rodgers.
I remember watching him in college and seeing a guy that you knew had great potential, but I don't know that anyone knew that we would see how he would blossom as an NFL player who will go down as one of the all-time great quarterbacks. Can make every throw from every angle with terrific mobility, and he knows how to win games, always in contention for a championship.
Warren will try the right side. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
It looked to me like they were trying to go off tackle there, but he thought he could bounce that out a little bit further, didn't he?
He did, but didn't work out. Good pursuit defensively and able to force him out behind the line of scrimmage. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Throwing now is Rodgers. And this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
On 4th down, the Steelers call on Corliss Waitman to punt. Charlie Jones deep for Cincinnati. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Throwing is Rodgers. Got his man, it's Warren. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. yards. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll run on first down. Warren. And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
To throw is Rodgers. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And incomplete on the deep ball. And that'll bring up 4th down as his Cincy defense stands up on 3rd.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game, watching him try to take away that area of the field.
They'll pass up a field goal attempt. It would have been a 45-yarder. Now they'll go for it on 4th. Looking to throw. Rodgers. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one.
The 21-yard line.
So after the conversion on 4th, here's 1st and 10 just outside of the red zone. Now a give right side. It's Warren. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They'll run for the first time with Kevin Gainwell. And he's able to break out a run tackle, but then quickly brought down. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
4 receivers in the package. Here's 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So on 4th down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So an opening drive field goal maybe doesn't whip this crowd into a frenzy, but I think that they will take the early lead.
There's no doubt about it. They will always take the early lead, and maybe that celebration comes later if they play well and they can break things open. But right now, this is all about letting the offense just get settled in.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. 2nd possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
If they open things up, let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments, created a nice gap for the running back to get through, pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
Another run for Brown on second down. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Bengals first down. First and 10.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
On first and 10, here's Brown. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
Brings up second and 9.
I'll give them credit for trying, but there's no fooling the defense with that call. They were reading run, and they set up to stuff the run and then executed.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a second down and 9. Now it's Flacco. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
And it's third down.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Bengals in control of the football. Now 3rd down and 7. As they've got it as we resume action. Now Flacco. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
They'll try and run for it with Brown. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Thought they might throw the football with a little chunk that they had remaining on 4th down, but they ran it. They got it.
And the reason they were able to get it done, he ran that play with conviction, didn't he? Understood he would get a little bit of help from his friends up front, but it was really on him to go ahead and make the power move and get it done, and that he did.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
To pass, Flacco. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
That's a good job there by the corner. And we do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Flacco. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
15. First down, Cincinnati.
An inside give, Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 49 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Operating off play action. Flacco. Touchdown! Drew Sample. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Bengals have taken the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Evan McPherson for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3.
Makes the score. Bengals
A pretty long drive that time.
3.
11 plays all told. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
A big pickup of 38.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam, but notice how he keeps his head on a swivel looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Rodgers now to throw. Short throw to Smith. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Rodgers. Got a man here. It's Wilson. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Steelers have retaken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7.
Makes the score Steelers 10.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate, The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Passing play, Flacco. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete. And Chase going to pick up a Bengals first down as he'll get this up to the 39.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Kyle Duggar up to make the tackle.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Another run for Brown on 2nd down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
An 8-yard pickup. First down, Cincinnati.
Two minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. Flacco looks to throw. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that'll make it 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's Flacco. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
3rd and 15.
A tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Ryan Rico now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Now Austin. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the 2nd half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. And that was a heck of a play there on the outside.
Partner, sometimes I think on a play like this as a corner, you've got to think to yourself, all I've got to do is slow him down so others can come over and support. But in this case, he said, forget that. I've got this. Sorry you had to make the run for nothing, fellas.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. That would complete to Skoranek. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Now the Steelers use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it's Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. That's Warren.
Rodgers' pass.
It'll go as a gain of 4.
Warren.
And it's second down.
A gain of 4.
Now the Steelers going to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Now a 2nd and 6. Shotgun now for Rodgers. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 44-yard line.
That's good for Steelers. First down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Halftime coming up. Let's get you down to Orlando and our buddy Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, with talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the third quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get them going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the second half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Rodgers with a keeper. And I don't think he got there. No, they stop him right where it all started. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's 4th down.
No gain? Quarterback sneak? No gain? Aren't you supposed to get something out of that?
Yeah, needed a full yard there. The Steelers send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Flacco. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
They'll give this up the middle to Brown. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 9. Setting up to throw, Flacco. This is Fant on the short completion. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
Flacco. He'll try and do this himself. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise them with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now Flacco. Able to find Higgins. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And he is going to have a Bengals first down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
Well, they pick it up on 3rd and 1 on the quarterback sneak, and that's not easily done because there are extra bodies in there on the defensive side, and they're moving forward at the snap.
Yeah, I was certainly expecting a handoff, weren't you?
Yeah, I totally was. I thought they'd go with a back, maybe try and get a lead blocker in front. But as you talk about in different games, those guys with confidence in their offensive line, they just want to move forward and get it. That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
Barely got that snap off. Flacco now. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. Brown with his stick skills. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Brown will take this one in. Touchdown, Cincinnati. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
McPherson now for the extra point. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score.
So that one a long 11-play drive.
Steelers 10.
And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Able to slither by. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
A gain of 17
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he's struggling, especially in that first half. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield, and the Bengals grab it, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, the tide definitely seems to be turning in this third quarter as this defense is able to knock the ball free and recover.
And let's look at it this way. Their offense is right back out there who just got them the lead a few minutes ago. This has the potential to be a big swing in this game.
Now the Cincinnati offense ready to see what they can do here. This offense thankful, I'm sure, to have the football back, but also, Charles, after a long drive of their own, they've got to be a little weary.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and what you have to do to combat it, try and get fresh legs in where you can, especially the skill positions. And then for the offensive line, instead of attacking, maybe slow the tempo down a little bit. Let them catch their breath.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at third down.
That's a gain of 5.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert, but right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He'll find Metcalf. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
It's now 4th down and less than a yard.
3 quarters in the books. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now Rodgers, gotta have this one. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 17 yards on 4th. Couldn't ask for much more from your offense there. First down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
A new lease on life after the 4th down conversion. Here's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Wide open receiver, complete. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And did he get the feet down? Yes, touchdown. Jonnu Smith, a 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Steelers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Steelers.
So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was Jonnu Smith, the big tight end, who capped the drive with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter. Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. That'll give him 8 that time, and it'll be second in a couple.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Option play. Here's a give to Brown. Now he's free at the 35. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Steelers' 19-yard line. A big play there on the option. 48 yards on the ground.
It's a gain of 48 yards. First down, Bengals.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
To pass, Flacco. He's going to have the hook up here to Chase. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
14-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Ball at the 14 for 2nd and 5. Draw play for Brown. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
Flacco. This pass complete to Higgins. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
A 26-yard attempt.
McPherson's kick is good. And in the fourth quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
They toss it to Warren. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And oh, that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up fourth down.
Ah, that would have been a nice one to hit on in a tie game. You start to think that one big play, maybe the next big play, could turn out to be the game winner. They took the big shot, but it winds up incomplete.
The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown set to take over once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. Now Flacco. He'll look underneath and finds Brown. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that will bring up second down.
Second and 4 at the 24-yard line.
Now it's Flacco. Over the middle, he finds Higgins. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and inches.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. And Flacco keeps it himself. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got it 1st and 10 as they search for a go-ahead score. That's complete to Chase. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Short gain last 2 plays. Who do you think's excited about that?
Absolutely. This defense, they're saying go right ahead with those. Here's 2nd and a yard. Flacco. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. Here's Austin. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give them 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Intended for Jalen Warren. Incomplete. The coverage by Demetrius Knight.
A big play here. 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Rodgers. And he will have a Steelers first down. At least it appears that way. And he got it by maybe the length of a football. Well, I'm no coach, but there's just not time right now for throws that short.
Yeah, sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. As Coach Madden liked to say, sometimes you have to take what you want.
2 timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now. Catch is made by Metcalf. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
This is 1st and 10. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And he's in for the touchdown. And in the final seconds, forget overtime. They just likely won this thing in regulation.
Well, any thoughts about overtime have ended at this juncture. That touchdown puts them up 6. I would imagine they'll kick the extra point now and rely on their defense.
Yeah, rely on their defense. So a little bit of time left on the clock here in the 4th, but they got to feel good now. Extra point now by Boswell. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory.
Makes the score Steelers 24.
5 plays there on that drive.
17.
And it's capped off by the late touchdown. It's a 7-point lead here in the final minute of the game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll start things out at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Flacco. That's caught. Andre Yoshivas. Now they do indeed get the timeout, so all is not lost. They'll have a chance for one final heave to the end zone.
And 4 at the 48-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd down. One last gasp for Flacco. This to possibly force OT. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Of course, they have the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.